11:15 p.m., just 45 minutes from the bright new year of 1958. To make what's left of this year and all of next year bright for you, Clairol, the first name in hair color, in behalf of the Hairdressers of America, presents Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians, direct from the world-famous grill room of the Roosevelt Hotel at 45th Street and Madison Avenue here in New York City. And now, here is Mr. New Year's Eve himself, Guy Lombardo.
Well, thank you, George Bryan, and ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly wonderful having you all here to help celebrate New Year's Eve at the Roosevelt Grill. Now, in this next hour, we're going to play songs, great songs of the past New Year's Eves. We're going to play the great songs of 1957. We're going to keep you posted on the time, and every once in a while, we're going to take you over to Times Square to see what's going on over there. As a matter of fact, at 11:55, we're going over there for 5 minutes to see New Year's Eve come in at Times Square, then back here for more music and more singing. Now, we're going to start with a great New Year's Eve song of the early 30s. And by the way, in the early 30s, that was the era when Clairol, the first name in hair color, started in business. A great song of that era was Top Hats, White Tie, and Tails.
On my top hat, tying up my white tie, brushing off my tail. I'm nuding up my shirt front, putting in the shirt studs, polishing my nails. I'm stepping out, my dear, to breathe an atmosphere that fairly reeks with class. And I trust that you'll excuse my dust if I step on the gas, for I'll be there. Putting down my top hat, mussing up my white tie, dancing in my tail.
You know, in 1934, some of the big hits were, I Get a Kick Out of You, The Last Roundup, St. James Infirmary, and that year, a great New Year's Eve tune that everyone danced to right here in the Roosevelt Grill was the Continental.
now 11:21.
On this New Year's Eve, people are giving parties all over America. And millions of women are looking lovely, whether they're in bright lights or in candlelight.
Does she or doesn't she? Does she or doesn't she? In the softest candlelight or brightest party lights. Hair color by Miss Clairol looks so natural, only her hairdresser knows for sure. Why not have a heart-to-heart talk with your own mirror right now? You simply can't look fresh and vital if your hair looks dull and faded like this. And graying strands do add years to one's looks, as anyone can see. Miss Clairol adds clear, shining color quickly and easily. And that isn't all. See how Miss Clairol beauty treats the texture. If you could actually touch this silky hair, see its glowing color, you'd wonder,
does she or doesn't she?
So why hesitate about your hair? More women use Miss Clairol than any other hair coloring, because Miss Clairol adds color that looks so natural, only your hairdresser knows for sure. Try it. You'll love it.
Keeps hair color young as springtime. Clairol.
Now more music of yesterday. You know, 1935 brought us a great New Year's Eve song. The music goes round and round.
Right now, it's 24 minutes past 11 o'clock.
You know, the year 1938 brought us some great songs. Songs like I'll Be Seeing You, September Song, and another big hit became a big hit overnight. All the Things You Are.
You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long.
You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know the moment divine when all the things you are
And from 1938, we go to 1939. That New Year's Eve, a song that was to become a great Dixie-long song came into being. And here's our arrangement of South Rampart Street on Parade.
Just about 11:30.
You know, the early 40s brought us some great songs, too. 1942, 43, and 44 had great songs. We're going to do a number now, while we give you a brief look at Times Square. It was very popular in 1942. Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree. People will say we're in love. sing out all over. You know, 1957 has been a wonderful year. New inventions, new discoveries, new ideas. For instance, putting whipped cream on your head. Have you ever heard of that?
Whipped cream? Who ever heard of putting whipped cream on your head?
But this is Lady Clairol whipped cream. It makes every bleach I've ever used old-fashioned.
It's the fabulous new way to be blonde, beautifully. Lady Clairol Hair Lightener whips instantly, never runs or drips. There's nothing else like it. For ease, for speed, for beautiful results. In one fast action, Lady Clairol lightens dark hair, transforms dull, mousy, or coarse, brassy hair into beautiful, silky blonde. You'll love the way it feels, like silk. The way it looks, as if you'd caught a sunbeam for your hair. And it's all there for you, too, in Lady Clairol Whipped Cream, the fabulous new hair lightener. So if you want your hair to glow with golden beauty, if you want silky, beautiful blonde hair, try Lady Clairol Whipped Cream Hair Lightener and be beautifully blonde.
It's just 26 minutes to midnight.
You know, something new has been added to our New Year's Eve party here at the Roosevelt Grill. This year we have three very charming and talented young ladies. They're prep recording stars. I know you're going to enjoy them. And here are the three petticoats. Come, girls.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I mow the whole night long. I'll do that cooking, honey. Well, I'll pay that rent. I know I've done you wrong. But that rainy evening, I kicked you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. Well, I know I to blame now. Ain't that a shame, Bill Bailey? Won't you please come home? Bill Bailey came home late one night. I met him at the door. He could tell by the look in my fiery eyes that I was plenty sore. I handed him his fine-tooth comb, said, boy, you better run. He said, now listen here, baby doll. I's just been having some fun. I slipped into the bedroom and got out my 44. I pointed it at Billy Boy, said, don't come back no more. He turned around and started to run from here to Tennessee. He left me here a-sitting with my banjo on my knee. Oh, won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I'm on a whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Never that rainy evening when I picked you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb. Well, I know I's to pay now. Ain't that a shame, Bill Bailey? Won't you please come home? Oh, Billy, Bill Bailey, won't you please? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?
Thank you very much, petticoats. You know, 1948 was a great year for songs. Once in Love with Amy was a big hit. Wunderbar. And that's your Cole Porter and Irving Berlin. And, well, a lot of great songwriters had good songs, but my own brother Carmen here wrote a song in 48 that was the big song that New Year's Eve. Here's Carmen's song, Powder Your Face with Sunshine.
With only 21 minutes left in 1957.
You know, 1950 came along and it gave us a great song. A song that sold over 1 million copies. Songs of that year were From This Moment On, We're Just in Love, Use Your Imagination. But the song that we did most here at the Roosevelt Grill that New Year's Eve was Enjoy Yourself, It's Later Than You Think.
You work and work for years and years. You're always on the go. You never take a minute off. Too busy making dough. Someday you say you'll have your fun when you're a millionaire. Imagine all the fun you'll have in your old rocking chair. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You never go to nightclubs and you just don't care to dance. You don't have time for silly things like moonlight and romance. You only think of dollar bills tied neatly in a stack. But when you kiss a dollar bill, it doesn't kiss you back. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
It's 18 minutes before 1958. And now we want to welcome WJW-TV in Cleveland, WJBK-TV in Detroit, WCAU-TV in Philadelphia, and WNAC-TV in Boston, who have all joined our network during the past 20 minutes.
Turn to the next page. You know, back in 1951, that was the year that a lot of homespun and country music influenced the country. And of course, lots of records were sold that year. But we had a big hit. Patty Page had one too. The same song, the Tennessee Waltz.
Waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my loved one, and while they were waltzing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz.
You know, if you were on a quiz show and your subject was beautiful hair, could you answer this question for $1 billion?
Does she or doesn't she? Does she or doesn't she?
Color her hair? Well, that's her own affair, really. But this I will say. With Miss Clairol, the color looks so natural. Only your hairdresser knows for sure. We hairdressers see the most wonderful changes take place. Hair like this, for instance. Dull, streaked with gray. Even with this perfect makeup, she looks faded, unattractive. Now see her after Miss Clairol. In minutes, she looks years younger. Her hair sparkles with radiant color. The gray is hidden, and the hair itself is so silky, so ladylike.
Does she or doesn't she?
If I didn't know for sure, even I'd wonder. That's why we hairdressers love to use Miss Clairol hair color bath and give it by the millions every year.
For hair color that looks so natural, only your hairdresser knows for sure. Try Miss Clairol. You'll love it.
Keeps hair color young as springtime. Clairol.
And it's just a quarter of an hour to Happy New Year.
You know, we're getting closer to midnight. So let's bring this cavalcade of songs right up to this year, the year of 1957. And while we're playing this first song, we'll go over to Times Square for a brief second and see what they're doing over there. Now, here's one of the big hits of this year, 1957, and I'm sure all over America at the New Year's Eve parties, they're dancing to Melody d'Amour.
Song to my lover, shoo, shoo, little bird. Go and find my love, Melody d'Amour. Serenade at her window, shoo, shoo, little bird. Sing my song of love, Oh, tell her I will wait if she names the date. Tell her that I care more than I can bear. For when we are apart, how it hurts my heart. Don't fly away and say I hope and pray this melody turns back to me. Oh, melody d'amour, take this song to my lover. Shoo, shoo, little bird, go and find my love. Melody d'amour, serenade at her window. Shoo, shoo, little bird, tell her of my love.
The bright new year is just 12 minutes away.
You know, in spite of rock and roll, 1957 produced two numbers, two waltzes, by the way, that probably outsold all other popular music. Now, one of these numbers we played for Queen Elizabeth when she was here in New York at that ball here on Park Avenue. The other number is Around the World. We're going to play a medley now of both of them, and we start with Fascination. You know, 1957 also proved that great songs can be hits over and over again. Here's a song that was a big hit in 1935. It's been a big hit this year, too. And now we're going to have the Petticoats do it for you. I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. Come on, kids.
I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. Oh, yeah. And make believe it came from you. I'm going to write words so, so sweet. They're going to knock me off my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom. I'll be glad I got 'em. Go and smile and say, I hope you're feeling better.
minutes before the stroke of midnight.
Now, in just a moment, we're going to Times Square to see the New Year in over there. And at this moment, most of us are making New Year's resolutions. The last New Year's Eve, this woman made a resolution called Clairol. Now let's see what it's done for her.
You might see her early one morning, and as always, she looks lovely. Her hair sparkles with fresh, radiant color, and it looks so natural.
Does she or doesn't she?
Or you'll meet her one evening. Again, her hair looks silky, the color so clear and sparkling with life.
Does she or doesn't she?
Or perhaps it will be at noon that you see her and admire the lovely ladylike tone of her hair.
Does she or doesn't she?
That's the beauty of Miss Clairol hair color bath. It looks so natural, only her hairdresser knows for sure. And that's why so many women use Miss Clairol to put fresh, lasting color into fading hair. It's all done in minutes, and it's so easy. So if your hair is dull or faded or streaked with gray, try Miss Clairol hair color bath tomorrow and look younger, prettier right away.
Keeps hair color young as springtime. Clairol.
Only 6 minutes to midnight.
Now let's go over to Times Square and see what's going on over there. For the stroke of midnight, when you see 12 o'clock, you're going to hear Our Auld Lang Syne played from the Roosevelt Grill. Then we'll be back here in the grill room to wish you a very happy New Year and more music and more dancing. And now to Robert Trout at Times Square.
This is Times Square. This is Times Square as the great moment approaches. The heart of the nation's largest city preparing to go mad at midnight. A tumultuous farewell to the year 1957 and a noisier welcome to the unknown year 1958. From this balcony on the front of the Sheraton Astor Hotel in Times Square, this is how the New York Times building looks. That's the center of all attention, or it shortly will be. The ball of lights on top of a 70-foot flagpole. The flagpole itself, 27 stories above the street level. 20 seconds before midnight, you know, that ball of lights will start to come down slowly, slowly, and when it hits the roof, you will really hear an uproar. I don't know how it sounds to you now, but how these people have been making all this noise for more than an hour and are still going strong, it's pretty hard to tell. There's so many of them down there that we can't even find the police commissioner to have him tell us how many he thinks there are. It looks as if there are at least 500,000, though. 500,000 shouting, yelling, blowing whistles and horns, every conceivable kind of horn. Guitars, balloons, umbrellas. It started to rain about 11:15, but that hasn't seemed to make any difference at all. They jump, they wave like a field of grain when the mountain wind hits it. An enormous field. 40th Street to 53rd blocked off. Here in Broadway, Times Square. The pigeons don't like it. Every December 31st, the pigeons fly away somewhere else, unhappily. All of them looking up at us now at this balcony on the Sheraton Astor Hotel. Swiss scientists tell us this year it won't be 1958 until 3/1000ths of a second after midnight, so all gentlemen who are planning to kiss ladies might keep that in mind. It won't be officially the next year until 3/1000ths of a second past midnight. Camera moving slowly across the faces. Those police signs you see were put there so that you at home, watching on television, can become familiar with them. Needless to say, there's no playground in Times Square, and you don't have to yield the right of way. The crowd is trying to climb all over the signs. A warm night here, despite the few raindrops. The temperature up in the 40s. Much pleasanter than the 27 degrees of 2 years ago. Looking slowly northward now. Slowly toward the north. From the Sheraton Astor, which is between 44th and 45th Streets on the west side of Broadway. As our television light beam strikes them, they seem to go crazy for a few moments. How they'll make even more noise precisely at midnight, we don't know, but they will. Looking up now at some of the signs that give the Gay White Way its name. The Time, Life, Sports Illustrated sign, one of the newest, 9 stories high, half a mile of neon tubing there. 6,500 light bulbs. And the theaters, too, with their lighted marquees, making the scene sparkle in Times Square. If you hear as much noise as we hear, there must be pandemonium wherever you are. A tremendous burst of sound. But they're just warming up for the magic moment, the great moment of midnight. Here's the largest electric sign in the world, a block and a quarter long, and that waterfall has 8,000 gallons of antifreeze in it for winter. Scraps of paper falling down through the air. People throwing homemade confetti. And now everyone, as if by signal, turns and faces south. Faces go up, looking up at the Times building. It may not be time, but they seem to sense that it is, almost. One lone sign down there, judgment coming, seek ye the Lord. But it's lost almost in the crowd. Up now to the ball of lights. It doesn't look as if it started to move yet. The New York Times electrician consults his watch, you know, and at 20 seconds before midnight, he pushes the button, and there it comes, slowly descending. Listen to the roar now. The magic moment. It is 1958. A new year is born. The globe of light seemed to go out just before it touched the roof. And those letters 1958, those figures came on slightly before the globe had touched the roof. But it's official. The new year is here. And those numbers are blazing forth on all 4 sides of the New York Times building. The building here in Times Square. The year has died, and the great annual blessed event has happened. A new year has been born. Firecrackers exploding in the crowd now, but they don't care. A very happy scene as well as a tumultuous one. And so now it's time for us to say it's Happy New Year in Times Square, and so back to the dance.
Happy New Year, everybody. A very happy New Year, especially from all of us, and especially from Clairol, the first name in hair color. We hope you have a wonderfully happy and prosperous 1958. Happy New Year! And now let's start this New Year of 1958 with a sing-song. You all know the lyrics to this, even you folks at home. I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad.
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear the sad, a peculiar sort of a gal, with a heart that was mellow and all around good fellow, was my gal. She was always ready to share a wild sort of devil, but there was my gal,
Wonderful. You know, when a man sees a woman with beautiful, shining hair, he immediately is attracted to her. And what he says to her is the same in any language.
Ah, que vous êtes belle, que je vous adore.
He likes her. Correction, he loves her.
Ses oreilles ravissantes, cette chevelure.
Among other things, it seems, he adores her hair, its silky touch, its brilliant sparkle. Incidentally, she gets that silky texture, that brilliant sparkle with Vitapoint, world-famous cream hairdress. Adds gloss without grease.
Comment?
Uh-oh. Here's Mama.
Complètement honorable.
Ah, maman, il m'aime.
Oh, Mama, she says. That's French for oh, Mama. He loves my hair, its brilliant sparkle.
C'est grâce à Vitapoint.
Mama's own lustrous hair shows she knows all about Vitapoint sparkle. She wants to see a little sparkle on the finger. Meanwhile, uncover the hidden fireworks in your hair. Get Vitapoint cream hairdress. Vitapoint by Clairol.
And now let's all sing again, and this time, you're driving me crazy. Seems like old times, having you to walk with. Seems like old times, having you to talk with. And it's still a thrill just to have my arms around you. Still the thrill that it was the day I found you. Seems like old times, dinner dates and flowers, just like old times, staying up for hours, making dreams come true, doing things we used to do. Seems like old times, being here with you. Being here with you, being here with you. Now here's a song with a real New Year's Eve flavor. It started in New Orleans years ago, and of course it's one of my favorites. And here is When the Saints Go Marching In.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in, I want to be among that number. When the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in, I want to be right there among that number. When the Saints go marching in.
Well, this is 1958, another new year. But don't feel old or even older. It's a lot easier to feel young when you look young.
Does she or doesn't she? Does she or doesn't she?
Hair color by Miss Clairol looks so natural, only her hairdresser knows for sure.
And you'll find it's a lot easier to feel young when you know you look young.
We hairdressers see the most wonderful changes take place. Hair like this, for instance, dull, streaked with gray. Even with this perfect makeup, she looks faded, unattractive. Now see her after Miss Clairol. In minutes, she looks years younger. Her hair sparkles with radiant color. The gray is hidden, and the hair itself is so silky, so ladylike.
Does she or doesn't she?
If I didn't know for sure, even I'd wonder. That's why we hairdressers love to use Miss Clairol hair color bath and give it by the millions every year.
For hair color that looks so natural, only your hairdresser knows for sure. Try Miss Clairol. You'll love it.
Keeps hair color young at springtime.
Well, thank you, girls. That was certainly nice of you to join our New Year's Eve party. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just about it. Let's say that we've been having a wonderful time, and we hope that you'll be back to see us in Roosevelt Grill. And we'd like to thank especially our sponsors, Clairol, a first name in hair color, who made all of this TV program possible. Until we see you again on television, we'll think of you, and we hope that you'll think of Clairol. Happy New Year, and good night.
Clairol, the first name in hair color, thanks you for accepting their invitation to attend the Guy Lombardo New Year's Eve party from the grill room of the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City.